let's talk about the presidential election. The Republicans debated all. I don't know. Is it how many are running now? Like 45 different guys are running for.
I think that's a lowball estimate, actually.
And for a party that is so adamant against cloning.
And no women among them either.
Yes, exactly. I mean, they seem to have cloned the exact same guys. And here you have. This is astonishing because everything I'm starting to read is suggesting that Mitt Romney seems to be the choice that at least the establishment is starting to coalesce. I mean, you're starting to see. Who was it that wrote earlier in the week, Richard Cohen, that Obama and Mitt Romney seem to have the exact same positions on things when it comes to Iraq? Let's listen to this clip of Mitt Romney revising history, not from 50 years ago. I mean, it's one thing when you say, hey, this is World War III, it's just like Hitler. But now it can't even seem to be recent history for this guy. Let's listen to this clip.
Knowing everything you know right now, was it a mistake for us to invade Iraq?
Well, the question is kind of a non sequitur, if you will, and what I mean by that are null set, and that is.
All right, stop right there for 1 second.
Let's turn back.
I don't know why the question's a non sequitur, and I have no idea what he's talking about on null set. Atros, maybe you can help us out on that because you're an economist, maybe you did math. I have no idea.
Well, yes, it is.
It's got a brainy name too.
It is a math term, and no, it doesn't make any sense the way he's using it.
Okay, I just want to check that. All right, let's play it again.
Knowing everything you know right now, was it a mistake for us to invade Iraq?
Well, the question is kind of a non sequitur, if you will, and what I mean by that are null set, and that is that if you're saying let's turn back the clock, and Saddam Hussein had opened up his country to IAEA inspectors, and they'd come in and they'd found that there were no weapons of mass destruction, had Saddam Hussein therefore not violated United Nations resolutions, we wouldn't be in the conflict we're in. But he didn't do those things, and we knew what we knew at the point we made the decision to get in. I supported the president's decision based on what we knew at that time.
This is astonishing to me. I mean, the fact that this wasn't front page news, that one of the leading contenders to be president in 2008 for the Republican Party is so misinformed or so willing to lie. Who wants to take this? Victoria, you want to start?
Yeah, I do want to take it because what I think I also find very interesting is that why don't the moderators call them on any of this bleep?
Well, I mean, tell us, first of all, why it's bleep.
Well, because Saddam Hussein allowed them to come in and they were finding absolutely no weapons of mass destruction and were documenting that in their reports.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is that George Bush basically told the UN, get them out, you got 48 hours, we're going to stop bombing.
Exactly. So this is a complete rewriting of history. But I find it very interesting that the moderators seem to be playing along with this. With whatever is being said, they seem to have decided their role is that they don't challenge them if indeed they come up with something that's completely non-factual.
Now, Atrios, is this known as the Tim Russert form of journalism at this point?
Well, there does seem to be this kind of, journalism is simply a conduit for public statements that's going on. It's not your job to challenge them, at least not on their current ones, just to let them speak. But I think it's important to note that this fictitious sort of rendering of the history of the Iraq War has long been out there. I mean, President Bush himself said that almost the exact same thing way back in July of 2003, and I don't remember a big outcry about it at the time or even any comment. This idea that we had to go to war because Saddam didn't let the inspectors in, or at least because Saddam, didn't let the inspectors have access, which really wasn't true. I mean, the inspectors said, yes, it's not perfect, but overall we think if we can continue for a couple of months, we can do what we're here to do, and that's search for these weapons that you keep saying are here. And the fact is, George Bush was the one who told them to get out. We're going to start bombing, and that's actually what happened.
Well, as far as I can tell, I don't know how Mitt Romney doesn't bolt to the front of the pack. His capacity to get up in front of the American public and lie, it seems to me, should make him the front runner at this point.